What's going on, guys? We are Tottenham TV here, and we are back with another video. Tottenham travel to Old Trafford on Wednesday night, 7:30 kickoff under the lights, and what a massive game it is. Jose's return to Old Trafford after nearly 3 years of managing Manchester United between 2016 and 2018. Spurs take on the Red Devils. As you can see, I've got a little red devil on my forehead. Try not to get too distracted by that. I know I am, but Spurs go in with confidence after winning 3 games in a row, Jose's first 3 games. However, we know, looking at the performances that Spurs have had since Jose's come in, have been a big improvement from Pochettino's last few games. However, we know the defensive frailties are still there. However, I've got some reasons to be confident going to this game at Old Trafford and why I think Spurs will get a result against Man United. Number one, definitely being Jose Mourinho. He's got a point to prove going back to Old Trafford after the way he was sacked. Even he admitted, though, it was probably a deserved sacking on when he was a pundit for Sky Sports. But he has been the most successful manager post Sir Alex Ferguson. That's probably not saying much, given that they haven't really done much since Sir Alex Ferguson's left, and Spurs have finished above Man United majority of seasons since Sir Alex Ferguson has left. I think only Van Gaal finished above Spurs. Jose was one of the clubs as well to finish above Spurs since Alex Ferguson has left. So he's been their most successful manager. However, he did leave on bad terms, especially with a lot of the playing staff. Clearly, Pogba especially had stopped playing for him. But he is going to go there with all the know-how that he's had his over career, wanting to get one over on his former club, I believe. The fans, I'm not sure what kind of reception they're going to give him. I think they liked him when he was at Man United, all in all. And I think in hindsight, it's probably been better for him. He's probably done a better job than people thought he did at the time, given how Ollie's done post Jose. However, he's going to want to prove a point that he's still one of the best managers in Europe. And people saying he's past it. People saying that he's a dinosaur. He's going to want to prove them wrong. Number 2, I think the tactics will see us get past Man United in this game. The reason I see that is because Man United are very likely to go back to a back 3. This is what my Man United friends are telling me. They're very likely to go back to a back 3 for this game. That doesn't suit them too well, and especially with our kind of formation, we play kind of a 3. Since Jose's come in, it's off on the ball. It's been a kind of 3-4-2-1 kind of formation with 2 inside forwards, 2 wing backs pushed very high up, and then 2 covering midfielders. And this could perform very well if Man United go the route of going 3-4-3 or 5-2-3, however you want to see it. If they go 5-2-3 with 2 kind of defensive fullbacks in Aaron Wan-Bissaka and Brandon Williams, and then a back 3 of Tuanzebe, Harry Maguire, Victor Lindelof, they could really struggle if we have Dele Alli, Lucas Moura and Harry Kane kind of flirting in between those 3, with Son and Aurier wide, pushing the fullbacks back, not giving them any space, or even even finding the space in between the fullback and the centre back, because Dele Alli is going to be occupying a lot of the space with the centre back, so it's going to create havoc, I think, in their back 4. And defensively, they have not been looking good recently, so I can see that definitely being a positive for us. Especially, also, I think Man United are probably one of the only teams in the top 6 where we dominate in central midfield in terms of personnel. If you look at the other teams in Leicester, Liverpool, Man City, and even Chelsea, they definitely have the upper hand over Spurs in central midfield. However, Man United, without Pogba, who's going to be out, Matic, who's out of favour, that leaves them with Fred and Pereira, they've been playing recently in the central midfield, up against Eric Dyer most likely, and one of Ndombele and Winks. I think Spurs have the upper hand over there in the midfield battle. I think Sheffield United showed, if you press those 2 high and you don't give them time on the ball and you put pressure on them and you force them to make mistakes, they can easily be got at. So I think that is very much an area we should target, their central midfield. I think the back three will struggle against our front three, and then you've got Son up against Wan-Bissaka and probably Aurier up against Brandon Williams. I can see our fullbacks pushing them all the way back and giving them a very hard time, especially Son. I think he could cause them a lot of trouble, and it means if their fullbacks are penned back, they're not going to have but they're not going to have enough bodies going forward to hurt us. However, one thing I would say, one moment of caution I would say in this game is Man United play a very quick front three who are very good on the counter-attack. Our Anthony Martial, Marcus Rashford, Daniel James, three very quick players, three explosive players, and three players we need to watch out for, especially in our formation that could leave the wings wide open if Son and Aurier can get caught out, which is actually a worry, especially if we play Vertonghen left back against pacey players like Rashford and Martial and Daniel James. Maybe he could get caught out. That's why we need Son and Aurier to be able to track back, or we have to cut the supply at source, not let balls go into them. Have to cut the supply in the midfield, don't give them a chance to counter-attack. It's the only way we're going to stop these pacey players. There is an argument in that sense, maybe put Moussa Sissoko instead of Lucas Moura in that inside forward position that he played on Saturday, because he's definitely going to be a player who will be tracking back and helping the defence, and it could prevent us being hurt on counter-attacks. However, if we put Lucas Moura in there, then I really feel like it could cause the Man United back three a lot of problems. If you add Dele Alli and Harry Kane to the mix, it's going to be hard for Man United to keep those players out, especially because Maguire and Lindelof are not the quickest, and they could easily be caught out if they're dragged out of position. Another reason why why I think we will get a result, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Since he got the job permanently, his form has been absolutely atrocious. Despite having an amazing start, winning, I believe, his first 14 games, you should always be wary of the team performing through a manager bounce, what people call in football manager bounce, which means when a team gets a new manager, there usually is an upturn in form because all the players are motivated to get back in the side and start playing, because everyone's playing for their place. It changes the dynamic. However, once that settles down, the team usually regresses to the mean, and then you see the true performance of the team. And I think he's won 6 games since he's been appointed permanently, and he's just been absolutely woeful. I think that the pressure's been cranking up in recent weeks, with especially the dismissal of Pochettino from Tottenham. The pressure is ramping up even more on Ole Gunnar Solskjaer with knowing this guy's available. All the Man United fans now want Pochettino to be in charge. He has said he's ready to come back into management, and he's had a lot of interesting proposals, and it'll be very interesting if Man United is one of those proposals. It's very interesting that Man United are so desperate for him, considering all the criticism that Pochettino's had from rival clubs saying he hasn't won a trophy, and all of a sudden, when he becomes available, they all want him. You're talking about Arsenal fans, talking about Man United fans. Very interesting, but I can't be surprised because we all know how good Mauricio Pochettino, how good of a job he did at Tottenham. I really hope he doesn't go to Man United or Arsenal. I hope he doesn't go to a club in England, but the way things are looking, there's rumours he might be interested in the Man United job. And that's a job that's available right now, so I wouldn't be surprised if he does turn up there. And I think if he went to Man United, for sure he will get them playing. He can get them a quick upturn in performances as well. So that could help them in the top 4 bid if they announce Mauricio Pochettino. But Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, I think he's tactically inept. He's never really proven it as a manager. He got Cardiff relegated, he got Cardiff relegated. He went down with them. Then he managed Molde, and he didn't do particularly well with them either. I don't think he won any league titles. I think when he left, he was in mid-table, and I think he's probably out of his depth as Man United manager. Unfortunately, obviously, Man United fans absolutely love him. He's a club legend. They're willing to give him more time than maybe another manager in his position. But I think he's lucky to still be in a job, and I think they're probably regretting giving him the job permanently. I think they probably should have waited to the end of the season last season before they jumped the gun and gave him the job. But after that victory against Paris Saint-Germain in the Champions League, all of a sudden the pressure to appoint him full-time was so big after winning 14 games in a row. They couldn't stop the wave, and they appointed him, and they have probably regretted it ever since. So that's another reason why I think Jose Mourinho will have the edge over Ole Gunnar Solskjaer in this game. It's going to be an interesting one. It's probably our hardest game so far since Jose's taken over. Our first proper test going away to a team challenging for top four. And I'm feeling more confident than I was a few weeks ago that we can really get a result here. Not to say that Man United don't have their threats, they do. I just feel like our playing squad at the moment, the way Jose's got us set up, is probably well suited to take on this Man United team. The players that we have are now motivated, and especially the manager is motivated in this game to get the job done away at Old Trafford at his former club, to prove to his former club that they were wrong to sack him. And that's why I believe Tottenham will get a result against Man United on Wednesday night. Let us know in the comments below. What do you think? Do you think Spurs will win on Saturday? Let us know in the comments below. Do you think Spurs will win on Wednesday night? Are you confident going into the game? What do you think the lineup will be? Are you worried about Man United on the counter-attack? Let us know in the comments below. And as always, come on you Spurs.